Hi everybody! So today I'm going to show you how to make glow-in-the-dark stickers. I'm going to show you the packaging process, like how it looks now during this video. Hopefully you like it. I'll show you all that right after this. I figured Halloween is kind of like an appropriate time to be doing something like this. I have used this particular paper not for printing on, so this is going to be a total experiment and I'm hoping it works out, but I've used it for die cutting. I've die cut, I'm going to show you actually. I think it was last year. There was like a KS craft die that you could make this cute pumpkin basket. It gave me the idea to use it to make little McDonald's food baskets because those were kind of all the rage, I think, last year. Last year was almost like 90s Halloween stuff that was really popular in the 90s. I had some picture references, but it took me a while to sort of cut everything out to resemble the original McDonald's boot buckets. I did these guys with sparkly paper, and then this is actually from this glow-in-the-dark paper that I'm going to show you. So this actually glows in the dark, just like the original McDonald's basket, because I think this is the only one that glows in the dark as well, as far as I know. Anyways, I made those last year. I was going to make them for tags and stuff for boot baskets, but didn't really go the way I wanted it to. I was going to make a bunch more. I just decided to hold on to them because they're really cute. Just hoarding things. I'm really bad for that. Anyways, this is cut, this particular one here already, so I'm not going to put this through the printer, but I'm just going to print this for the first time. I made some stickers, and I'm going to put this through and hope that it works out. We'll see. I just hope that the ink doesn't smudge. I'm going to do quite a few. So first I wanted to say real quick, this is a 5-pack of photoluminescent printing paper. So there's only 5 of these in here. They're supposed to be rechargeable. They're really great for making warning signs for like being in the dark. It can last up to 10 to 12 hours apparently. It says they're anti-fade, so we'll see how this works, but I'm gonna try to print this up and we'll see. So I ended up printing on my actual glow-in-the-dark paper. It's more of like a plastic sheet, very glossy. So I ended up, when I was printing it, I should have filmed it to be honest, but it's not a big deal. When I was printing it, the printer was slower than it ever has been. There was a little bit of black smudge here and I just sort of wiped it off. So I let it dry for quite a while just because it was obviously very wet ink, but I made sure that the setting was a glossy photo setting. For my particular printer, I think it was ultra glossy photo or something like that, because it is very shiny. But yeah, it went very slowly because I guess it just wanted to make sure that everything, I don't even know, maybe it was going slow because it's very wet ink and it didn't want people to pick things up and smudge stuff. I was very careful when I picked it up, tried to be anyways, and then I just sort of set it off to the side and I just let it dry overnight. I just didn't touch it until this morning. This is the next day, this is the morning. Anyways, I did notice though that it did glow very well in the dark. I will show that probably at the end of this video. There's timestamps down below for people who are interested in seeing that. I do recommend watching process videos. So yeah, so I printed this. I'm going to talk about and hopefully show over top of this my little illustration process. I ended up doing these guys first. The yin yang symbol, spirit ghost, one without cheeks and one with cheeks. I did that on both of them. So one without cheeks, one with cheeks. I like ghosts with cheeks, but I kind of like them without too. So it was kind of hard for me to do this kind of design with or without because I wanted to do both. It just gives you more options as well, which is kind of nice. So I made sure that I put cheeks on them. But yeah, I basically did yin yang symbols. So one's kind of like happy, the other one's kind of pouty. It's funny because they both have their arms in the same sort of position, but this one looks like it's crossing its arms, but this one looks like it's folding its arms kind of daintily in a sense. I just kind of reversed the image faces. It was a lot of fun to do this. This guy is my ghosted sticker. Again, no cheeks and cheeks. It's got old-fashioned rotary phone. I feel like this one deserves to be close up. So the nice thing about this, it has, so you know, like the little curls from the coily wires of the phone. I tried to almost mimic that in the bottom of the ghost, the floating part of the ghost. I thought glow-in-the-dark stuff is perfect for Halloween times. Glow-in-the-dark clothing, glow-in-the-dark stickers, all that sort of stuff is really perfect for Halloween. This is great for if you want to gift somebody non-food related stuff for Halloween. Halloween, I like to have options for people who, there's a lot of kids with food allergies these days, or a lot of people in general with food allergies these days. So it's nice to have options that aren't food related options, but it's still fun. This paper is not a sticker at all. It is just one sheet of glow in the dark paper, almost like vinyl. So what I'm gonna do, because I want to protect it, because I feel like it's one of those sort of things that gets fingerprints really easily. It is dry to the point where I can touch it and the ink won't smudge, but I do want to make sure nothing does smudge in the future. Let's say your hands are really wet. I want to make it waterproof. So I'm going to put a vinyl protectant that has like holographic effects to it. This one has stars, and I feel like stars are really good for Halloween. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do that, and then I'm going to show you the process of putting stickers on the back. I think I'm going to actually die cut these out first. Also cut out some sticker paper in circle shapes and then glue them together. I'll show you the aftermath of this first. Hopefully this doesn't screw up anything here, but I have like lots of stickers and stuff like that to work with because this is a really delicate process. There's always the possibility of air bubbles and wrinkles and all that sort of stuff, so I'm really hoping that it goes smoothly. So we'll see. I'm going to show you the aftermath of that. Okay, so this just goes to show that it's not easy to work with vinyl. I think there's a few stickers that are okay or might be easy enough to save once I cut them out. There's obviously like a huge wrinkle in this. It doesn't always work in your favor sometimes. I could reprint this, but I think I'm going to try to work with it just because I only have so many sheets of this and it takes forever to dry. I just want to cut them out and then glue them together. The vinyl is pretty. It's just really wrinkly. Wrinkling is the worst possible thing that could happen, I feel, during this. So be very careful if you're doing this sort of thing. So anyways, I'm going to die cut these. Hopefully I can salvage some of this. Okay, I used a few different methods on cutting things out here, so I just wanted to sort of go over that a little bit. So number one, I only had a few stickers that were completely destroyed. So I cut these guys out with this circle die. This is like a nesting circle die set I have, and I find that really helps. It does take a long time to cut everything out, and I was going through washi tape like crazy. When I was die cutting, I try to hold down the die just so that it's the right size around the shape of the sticker that you want. I try to hold it down with some washi tape. Basically, I went through a lot of washi tape because it sort of just gets destroyed in the process sometimes. Also, it's very sticky, so I'm kind of glad that I did laminate this just because it protected the image and the ink didn't get taken up with the washi tape. The washi tape that I have is a little too sticky, unfortunately. Normally washi tape isn't as sticky as that, but I found that mine is. So basically I use a die cutter for this, so it's basically the exact same size as the 1.5 inch circle punch that I have. So I just cut a bunch of sticker material, so this should be the exact size as that. Amongst this, there was a few bubbles that I kind of had to get out, so I would just get them out by, I was going to try to poke it with a needle, but it didn't seem to pierce the vinyl very easily, so I just took this, I call it a squeegee, but a gift card. I just took this gift card and I just squeegeed it out. And if it's a really big bubble, you can sometimes hear the bubble popping if you squeeze it near the edge. If the bubbles were really severe, sometimes I did it before I started die cutting, and sometimes I did it afterwards as well. It just really depended on the situation. So it took a little while to cut all this stuff out. Anyways, I'm just going to basically put these guys aside. These ones are the ones that I'm not even going to bother trying to fix because the wrinkles are just too severe. So this is one of my stickers here. Basically all I'm left with now is a bunch of sticker circles. So there's lots of different methods of doing this. You could always put the sticker on first. So because the vinyl's so thick, I found, I mean, I could have just die cut everything all together. It would have gone through. I wanted to show you guys a different method because I always like to show different methods of doing things as well. It's almost like a waste of glue too because there's a lot of paper in between that's not being used. So I just felt like might as well just glue the circles down to each other, and then hopefully that'll be a little bit easier to make into a sticker. So that's basically what I'm going to do. This is the matte side of the sticker. There is another side. I can sort of feel it. It's a little bit waxier. So don't glue the waxy side, glue the actual sticker itself, because the waxy side is the backing of the sticker. So I'm just taking my Barely Arts precision glue, which I like to use for a lot of things. I just refilled it, so the glue's coming out pretty easily here. And I'm going to try to line things up by just using my fingers. Push the glue out if I need to there around the edge. All right, so once that dries, that should be a nice sticker. Okay, that's pretty much all you really do. And between gluing sessions, I try to put the needle in just because it can dry the tip really easily. That's the one unfortunate downfall of the Barely Arts glue, but honestly, other than that, I find it's amazing. So after this, I'll show you the finished product. There you go. These are done. Some of them might be drying a little bit more. I just finished the gluing process. It doesn't take too long for the glue to dry, but it's good to just give it a little bit to dry. A few little things that I just want to mention. I would say try to, if you can, delicately try to glue close-ish to the corner. You do want to get glue there, even if it squishes down and sort of seeps out a little bit. You do want to get glue there. Just try to clean it up right away as soon as possible when it's still wet. This is a really nice white glue, so you can smush things around a little bit before it dries. Yeah, I like to try to smush things down when I'm drying things just to make sure that it's on there. Also just make sure that everything's lined up as much as I can. So it takes a little bit of time to go through this. You can just glue the sticker sheet to this before you die cut everything out, and I would suggest die cutting specifically, not just using a punch, because there's so many layers involved here and a lot of vinyl, so it may not actually go through. This may not cut that as easily. It will probably cut the thin sticker paper no problem, or cardstock, but I feel like it doesn't really do the best job if you're just doing a bunch of layers. So because there's so many layers involved, if you give it to, say, a kid or even an adult, I guess, like anybody can really do this. When you're peeling off the backing, I'm gonna probably try to do this one. I ended up making a slight mistake with this. So you can probably see I encased a little bit of my hair in this sticker. This one I'm not going to gift to anybody. I'm just gonna show you if it peels okay. But yeah, so because there's so many layers, it might be difficult unless things are split, no problem, and you can bend things and unsticker things really easily. There's some stickers you can make yourself that have that, like a kiss cut, so you can take it apart a lot easier. This is not too easy to break apart, but it is a sticker now. Is this the actual sticker part? Oh, see, I just ended up pulling the whole thing apart. Actually, not the actual sticker itself. I'm gonna try to get the actual sticker itself though, if I can. Ah, that's no good. Maybe I should have let it dry a little bit more. Okay, yeah, there's way too many layers here. Oh, there we go. I got it. So there we go. It's really sticky. So yeah, that's my test. I'm gonna let these other ones dry. Obviously, this one's just my tester sticker. But if you want to, like, say you're having difficulty making the sticker backing come off, you can always use these guys as embellishments, which are really cool too, or ephemera. It's basically the same thing. I think they turned out pretty cute. This one looks really retro, not just with the retro phone, but I like the polka dots in the background. They kind of remind me of Ben-Day dots. It's like comic book, pop art style. So I did that, but also when things glow, I wanted the polka dots to glow through the image. That's why I did that. So I'm gonna show you guys some footage right now of how it glows in the dark, and it's pretty bright. I'm actually really impressed with this material. I really, really like it. I'm gonna just show that to you right now. They glow so well. I love them. They're so cute. I'm just showing the non-cheeky ones on the left and the ones with cheeks on the right. You can sort of see that they still have cheeks, which is really cute. The polka dots even glow. Okay, there you go, guys. So I ended up doing a bunch of packaging for the glow-in-the-dark stickers. So I just wanted to show you guys. You can do so many different things with this, obviously. I've given quite a few examples before, but there's some that I've missed. There's so much you can do, but you can do like a sticker here, close it off with a sticker. You can put washi tape across, just some fun washi tape or something. You don't even have to do holographic like I've been doing, but I feel like holographic's really cool for any time of year, but Halloween I feel is like specifically cool with holographic bags. Also, you can put doilies. There's lots of cool stuff you can do there. And also, if you wanted to, you can even cut things jagged. It doesn't even have to be exact. There's different dies you can get that are jagged, or you can get scissors, like pinking shears, all sorts of stuff to make like a jagged edge if you wanted to, so that makes it a little extra spooky. But I'm just kind of doing it pretty straight and make it look a little bit professional. Anyways, this is my layout. I put glow-in-the-dark holographic stickers, and then I made a little ghost logo in Procreate, and I thought he was cute because he was glowing. And then I did a glow-in-the-dark star pattern across it, and then when you sort of flip it around, basically put contents include 2 ghost stickers layered with holographic vinyl finish, and then I put the names of the ghost stickers. So one's like a yin-yang symbol spirit, and then another one is, it's called the ghosting sticker, which is basically this guy here. So I cut these out, but this is my layout for when I'm printing it up. There's just a little bit of space left here, but this is like an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper. I normally print it on cardstock. This I accidentally printed on regular paper, but I figured it was a good opportunity to show you guys the layout. I'm just gonna put that aside and then we'll just focus on this guy. What you'd normally do with bag toppers is super easy. You just fold them in half. Try to meet up things if you can. I'm not the best at folding stuff. It's not one of my fortes. I do okay, I guess. It's almost like practice makes perfect over time, right? So you can leave it like this, even hole punch it if you wanted to. What I like to do, I like to use this pack. This is a product hanger tab, I guess. So you can hang your products up on something. There's like a couple of different sizes in here, so I usually use the smallest one, especially for these stickers. I mean, you can use bigger ones, obviously, if it's a bigger thing. And then what I do is I tape this to this. I try to use washi tape, something that hopefully isn't too sticky. Most of my washi tape seems to be quite sticky when you put it through, so I just try to peel it off very, very slowly so it doesn't rip the paper. So I try to line up the bottom part with the bottom of the stars. Yeah, again, you don't have to do all this stuff, right? And then it goes through and sort of looks like this. So what I like to do, so especially if you have more stuff inside, you can make the bag look really long. I don't have a lot of stuff in here, and I think I kind of made the bag a little too big. Normally I probably would do a smaller bag than this, but I didn't for some reason. That's okay. I like lined everything up so that it looks like it's flush with the sides here in Photoshop. So what I'm doing here is, if I see some holographic stuff showing here, it's gone too far. So I'm just trying to make it so that it's not showing, and then I just take my stapler, and then I just staple the bottom and then staple the other side, and then that's pretty much done. So I basically have, these are the cheeky ghosts and then the non-cheeky ghosts right here, all packaged up. They're ready to either sell or give to people depending on what you want to do with it. I'm not selling these, I'm just giving them away to some friends of mine or some family members. So yeah, basically that's that. I hope you really like this, and again, you can totally make these into embellishments. You don't necessarily have to put a sticker part behind it, I guess. That's that little tutorial, and I hope you really liked it, and I hope everybody has an awesome day and happy Halloween. Okay, take care guys.